Informing his friends and companions of the goddess's advice, Brutus left Leogica in search of this new land. Sailing on their fleet of ships, came to what is the country of Mauritania in northwest Africa today. Raiding the countryside for supplies before taking to sea again and returning to Europe, where, along the Tyrrhenian sea coast of Italy, they met more Trojan descendants led by a man named Quirinius. Descended from Antenor, one of Priam's closest advisors during the Trojan War. And those Trojans who fled the city with him so long ago, Quirinius and his people were a hardy breed. Once it became known they both descended from Trojans, Quirinius let his guard down, and the two men talked, quickly forming a partnership. The united Trojan force left the Tyrrhenian coast and landed in Gaul. What is today modern France? To gather supplies from the populace? The Gauls, a Celtic people and, like all Celts, descended from the great Heracles, did not take too kindly to this invasion, putting up a fierce fight. One Gaulish king, Gaffar, king of the Aquitaine region, met them in battle several times. In one of these battles, Turnus, Brutus' loyal nephew, was killed. In his honor, the prince paid local tribesmen to build a city and name it after him. Thus was the great French city of Tours established. Gaffar was eventually defeated and his country plundered. Once Brutus and his army satisfied themselves, they left Gaul, heading next into Spain, where, after a brutal campaign, they conquered the country. Next came Albion, landing in Totnes in modern-day Devonshire, England. The initial landing went smoothly, and soon enough the seasoned Trojan army began conquering the sparsely populated villages in what is today Devonshire and Cornwall before moving into the heartland of modern England, where the native Celts gave them a hard fight. By 1170 BC, all of Albion was pacified. Brutus renamed it Britain after himself and his people Britons, gave Cornwall and Devon to Quirinius, who, following his leader, named the country Cornwall, and took the title Duke for himself. His subjects came to be referred to as the Cornish. After this conquest, Brutus set about building his new capital, New Troy, which would be the first rendition of the city we now know as London. Not all of Britain's people were willing to submit to their new overlords. Gogmagot, chieftain of the giants in the North Country, attempted to kill Brutus and drive the invaders from the country. Quirinius and the giant chief faced off after a challenge of battle was issued. The Cornish duke, despite his size, easily overcame the giant after the first clash, gripping him by the arms and smashing him down into the ground with his almost superhuman strength. Taking his sword, Quirinius drove it through Gogmagot's throat, ending his life. The defeat of Gaugamot ended any form of resistance to Brutus's rule. He reigned as king for 25 years, having 3 sons by Inogen, Locrine, the eldest, Camber, and Alban. Prior to his death, he divided the island into 3 kingdoms. Locrine received Lygria, what is today England. Camber received Wales, and Alban was given the northern half of the island, what is today Scotland. Thus did the British people form led from slavery's chains to a new homeland by their warrior king, where they would go on to build one of the greatest kingdoms the world has ever known, building upon the foundations their Trojan forefathers and foremothers laid down.